everyone, my name's Alex. I was watching the news this morning and just thinking to myself, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do for my uni assessment. And then the news reporter started talking about how the people that use the internet the least are 55 years and older. And the people that use the internet the most out of all age groups are 18 to 24. And it got me thinking, this is a perfect example of digital divides. And if you don't understand what the meaning of digital divides is, it is the growing gap between the underprivileged members of society, especially the poor, rural, elderly, and handicapped portion of the population who do not have access to computers or the internet, and the wealthy middle class and young living in urban and suburban areas who have access. Stanford University, 1998, paragraph 3. To put this into perspective, my grandparents do things differently to the way in which my brother does. My grandparents would use a landline to communicate to their friends or family, whereas my brother has multiple different communication devices at his fingertips. As you can see, can happily talk to his friends and play at the same time on his Xbox. Children in the 21st century have grown up with technology, whereas my grandparents have only been brought up with maybe not even a TV or a landline, and use letters and parcels as communication. Just like there is with age, there is a digital divide between poor and wealthy countries. In the poor countries such as India and most African countries, they may not even have access to any technology at all. So the way in which they communicate would be just a simple letter in the mail, or actually meeting up with the person. Whereas in the wealthy countries, we have a lot more resources and money that can help us communicate with technology such as computers or phones or their Xboxes or games. This divide between wealthy and poor people brings up this term global divide, as those who live in the third world countries and those who live in the first world countries have a huge difference between resources and technologies. Although when thinking of digital divides, you think of the gap between different ages and generations, this is not always the case. And the main thing I want to get across today is that there can be different examples that are occurring and show digital divide. My mum is a uni teacher, and as you can see, she is actually teaching and Skyping and going through her notes while typing up new ones all at the same time. She's very good with her technology and she understands the way in which it works. This is a very good example of showing that there is not just a difference in digital divides between ages and generations, but there can be plenty of different examples as well.